Hello and welcome to Coffee and Conversation for Entrepreneurs with me, Kathy Jackson. Now, if you are not an entrepreneur, nor do you have a desire to be an entrepreneur, don't turn the channel because we're going to drop some nuggets that are going to work for you in your personal and or professional life as well as your business. I titled this Vaccination Against Excuseitis because in this world that we're currently living in, where there's controversy about the vaccination, should I get vaccinated or shouldn't I? Should I wear a mask or shouldn't I? Those are all very charged topics right now. And while I don't mind having a little controversy, I like to choose my battle. So we're not going to talk about that, but I do want to talk about a disease that is running rampant, and it is keeping people from living the life that they've always imagined, a life that's fulfilling both personally and professionally. And that's Excuseitis. When I was in college, I was pledging a sorority. Shout out to my sorors. Ooh, Deltas. And one of the things that they taught us was this little ditty that I could never get out of my head. Excuses are tools of incompetence built on monuments of nothingness. And those who specialize in them are seldom good for anything else. So thank you guys. Welcome. Hey, say hi to me in the chat. Let me know you're here. It's kind of a delay, so I might not see it right away, but I'd love to chat with you. And if I don't catch you while we're live, I'll go back in the feed and talk with you later. But thank you for joining me on this coffee break. I'll try not to bore you, and I will try not to keep you too long. So that information about excuses being tools of incompetence, it stayed in my mind. And I find it to be quite true. You cannot make excuses and make a successful life at the same time. You have to choose one or the other. And so today I want to help people to vaccinate against this disease of excuseitis. There are a couple of excuses that people use that someone might consider to be real obstacles, real challenges to being able to do the things that they want to do in life. But before I get there, the first thing I want you to think about, is your current life, when you think about your job, when you think about your family, when you think about your social activities, is the life you are currently living, does it line up with the life that you envisioned as, say, a 10-year-old child? Now, at 10 years old, our imaginations were still running wild. You might want to run off and join a circus, right? You might have wanted to be a lion tamer, but somebody came along and said to you, that's not realistic. That's not going to pay the bills. That's not going to take care of your family. And so through systematic education, you learned that you had to turn your dreams away and put them into a box that was more practical so that you could have the American dream. Big house, big car, big yard, 2.5 kids, a spouse, a dog, once a year vacation, the drill. But if we are all individuals, and we are, how could we possibly all define success as the same thing? No, what we've done is we have allowed someone else to tell us what success looks like, and then had us to start on this journey to achieve it. And some of you probably have, some of you probably haven't, and you're feeling less than because you're not quite where they said you should be. But I would venture to guess that a lot of you who have climbed the ladder of success, that your life is not quite as fulfilling as it was promised. If you are not currently doing what you were meant to do, then you feel like it's lacking somewhere. And so my question to you is, if you don't have it all right now, if there's something that you really want to do and you probably haven't thought about it in years, I invite you to take a few minutes to think about what you really want. Not what you should do, what you should want, what people expect of you, but what would make your life more fulfilling. And then ask yourself, why aren't you doing it? You know, some of the reasons, and I call them excuses, you can call them reasons, and some of them are big and some of them have some validity. For instance, one of them, I have to put my glasses on, is no time, right? A lot of people say they don't have the time to devote to doing something they want to do, whether that's maybe you want to play tennis. You always enjoyed it in high school, but now you're taking care of kids, you're taking care of parents, you're working, you have to pay the mortgage. And, when you get through at the end of the day, you're just tired and you don't have any time left to do anything different. I submit to you that is a disease called Excuseitis. The reason it's an excuse is because everybody has the same amount of time in a day, 24 hours. You get 24 hours, I get 24 hours and no more, period. The difference for people who are leading a successful life, and success meaning doing what they want to do, is that they use their 24 hours to reach those goals. So, example, I'm here in my studio, Deja Hue Art. 6 years ago, I wanted to go into business for myself. I was working in corporate America. I couldn't afford to quit my job. I know a lot of people say they won't start a business because they can't afford to quit their job. So you work a full-time job. So when do you have time to start a business? But you know what? When you decide that you want something bad enough, you can prioritize your time. I worked a full-time job and ran a full-time business for 3 years before I finally started doing business 100% of the time. I'm not saying that it's easy, but I'm saying when you're doing what you love, when you get up in the morning, you feel excited about that thing. And so what probably needs to happen is not what probably needs to happen. What needs to happen, if you ever want to take the time out to do what you want to do for yourself, you're going to have to make the time. It's no different than a person who is healthy and in shape. They exercise all the time. Don't you think they have a job, they have kids, they have responsibilities, yet somehow they find the time of day to exercise, to stay in shape, to be healthy? It's because they make that a priority. They have decided. So there are some things that you're doing, some of the busyness. Oh, I see somebody say hi to me. Hey, Michaela. Hey. Everybody's busy, but it's a matter of what you're doing. If you were to take a look at your day and see how much time you spend being overwhelmed by all the things you have to do that day, that takes up space in your mind that you could be dedicating to something productive. If you look at your schedule and see how much time you spend playing games on your phone, I'm addicted to Scrabble. I have to cut it off. Hey, Pat, you have to look at that time. That's time that could be used doing something constructive. Let's not talk about all this social media time. Now, don't cut me off. Give me about 10 more minutes. But let's not talk about how much time are you spending on TikTok looking at funny videos and things that are entertaining, because what they're doing is they're massaging your they're massaging your feelings of inadequacy because you're not reaching your goal, and they're taking up space. TV, turning off, just listening to music, things that are not propelling you forward. They are taking up a lot of time in your day. Don't trust my word for it. Tomorrow, get up and track your hours. See how much time you spent eating, how much time you spent reading, how much time you spent doing something productive, how much time you spent on social media. Track what you do. And I guarantee you, you'll find that you got some extra hours in the day to do something productive. Another big disease that people suffer from that's a part of excuseitis is poor health. Now, don't get me wrong. For all y'all start coming at me saying, hold on, I really got some health issues. I believe you. Everybody has an issue. Everybody has some sort of issue. I don't believe anybody is 100% healthy. But here's the thing. Nobody really wants to hear about your health issues. I feel bad when I have to deliver this kind of stuff to people. But the reality is the only people who care about how sick you are is your doctor and your mortician. And I know that sounds harsh, but let me just tell you this. I didn't say that. Dr. David Schwartz, the author of How to Think Big, he said that. So I'm quoting him. But what happens is if you focus on your health issues, oh, I don't feel good today. Oh, my head hurts. Oh, my leg and this. And then you talk about it and you focus it and you worry about it all day long. Thanks, Pat. At least I'm hitting somewhere, Pat. Thank you. You worry about it all day long. That is focusing your mind on things that are not going to make you better. And by the way, a big part of that is how you feel about it, what you think about it. So if you get up in the morning and you say, man, this is going to be a bad day. I could tell already because my knee is hurting. I can tell already that, we already are condemning ourselves to a bad day. And guess what? Our mind is a goal-seeking machine. And so the minute you say, I'm going to have a bad day, your mind starts looking for reasons to confirm and make you right. We all want to be right. And if you've decided you're going to have a bad day, you decided your arthritis is going to kick up, guess what's going to kick up? Your arthritis. Now, I'm not saying that it don't bother you guys. Again, I got issues too, but I'm not going around dwelling on them. You go do what you have to do medically. You seek out what you need to do so that you can improve your health, but don't talk about it. Don't worry about it. Don't focus on it. And that was going to free up time for you to start doing something productive. If you wake up instead and said, today is going to be a great day. You know what? I don't care what ails me. I am going to be fine. If I need to take some medicine and then let it kick in and keep going. But don't focus on poor health. I got two more and I'm going to let you go. And then I'm going to tell you about something that I got going on that's going to be free for you to come and join me. So number two, let's talk about some people don't think they're smart enough. Now, I know you're saying it's not you because you know what? Play the positive tapes. Absolutely, Pat. You've got to feed your mind. You've got to feed your mind. Your mind is being fed whether you feed it or not. So it depends on what you're looking at, what you're listening to. Those things are going into your mind regardless. So why don't you take control and feed your mind with positivity? Feed your mind with things that can help you health-wise. Feed your mind with things that can help you mentally. You've got to feed your mind. Go to seminars, listen to tapes, read books. You have got to feed your mind in order for you to stay positive and have positive things happen to you. But I was talking about people who sometimes don't think they're smart enough. Now, these people, they suffer in silence. because nobody goes around. It's like, oh my God, I don't know enough. Oh, I'm just not smart enough. No, but what you do is you compare. You look at the life that someone else has and you think that they've got it all figured out. And you say, well, they probably had a great education, or they probably had great parents that encouraged them. You are comparing, and I would do it if I knew more, if I had more. Guys, you know what? I know that you think I'm a genius. That's why you're listening to me right now. But I'm not a genius. I just play one on social media. Everything that I am talking about, that I am teaching, somebody wrote, somebody made a video, somebody has it on an audio book, guys. And I decided a long time ago that I wanted to improve my life. And so to improve my life, I did just what Pat is saying. I started watching the videos, reading the books, doing the things that I want to do. And the other thing that keeps people from moving forward in the life they want to live is not having enough money. I know it's a million excuses. I'm just giving you the top 10. I'm not even giving you top 10. These are top 4. No money. Guys, you can start living your dream from wherever you are. Wherever you are. It doesn't matter what you did in the past. It doesn't matter what you have current. What you need to do is assess what you have, the resources that are at your fingertips. If you want to start a business and you're saying, well, I need a loan. No, you don't. You need to start selling something. Listen, most businesses fail in the first 5 years. And I believe it's because people go out and do all of the fun things to starting a business. I want to start a business, so I'll get a Facebook page. I'll get a web page. I'll pay somebody to do that. And sometimes they go out and they open a studio. They rent a studio. They lease some space. Guys, you can make money as an entrepreneur on your first sale and on every sale. You don't have to start off in a negative, and you don't have to start off with a big loan. You're doing that. A lot of times people do that and they don't have proof of concept. They have not proved that what they want to sell will work. I have somebody that I know who I love dearly who wants to open a paint and sip. And they have done just that. It's online. They want to open it online. They have the website. They have all the bells and whistles. They've gotten all of this stuff together. And I said, have you had any parties yet? And they said, no, they was working on all this stuff first. I mean, they got their LLC. They got their trademarks. They don't want nobody to take their stuff. Who gonna take something for nothing? I'm just playing. I'm just saying. But the thing is, like when I started Deja Hue, I didn't start here in the studio. I started coming to your house. You bring 4 or 5 people together and we show up and we do a paint party where you are. I had someone who I asked if I could sublease their space on Saturdays. So once a week, I leased the space on Saturdays. And we set up and we held paint parties just in that small time and space. It was only after we kept getting more and more requests for more days, bigger parties, larger space, that we decided to go ahead and move forward and rent out a studio. And when you decide to move forward, guys, you're going to have to step out on faith. I didn't have the money. I didn't have the know-how. I'm not even an artist. They told me I had to stop saying that. But I wasn't an artist then. I am an artist now, and I love it. But I wasn't even an artist. What I had was good credit. See, you start where you are. I had decent credit, and I had some credit cards that I could use. And so I used that to purchase the information. Then I went out and got information, guys. I joined a business program that taught me how to put a business plan together. And with that business plan, then I was able to go out and get a micro loan to open up the studio. So, but I was making money before I ever had a studio. And that's what I'm saying. Don't think that you have to have it all figured out. All you have to do is get started. All you have to do is get started. So I want to give you guys, well, let me say this before I lose you, because I know some of you are on your coffee break, and I want you to hang out with me. We're going to do a real coffee and conversation here in my studio. I'm going to do it twice a month. And the first one is going to be Saturday, October 2nd from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And it is going to be free. Free 99, guys. I am not charging. And what we're going to talk about there, we're going to talk about the real nuts and bolts of working on your business. So if you are an entrepreneur, that one is specifically for entrepreneurs. If you have an idea, or you don't have an idea, you just want to do something, that's going to be the time that you can come out, and we're going to talk about one-on-one or 1-on-5, however many people are here, and we're going to see what we can do to help you get started in your business, at least get to the first step. But now I continue on. That was my commercial break. Oh, if you're interested in that, I have right here in the feed, shiftingpaint.com. That's a website, will tell you more about who I am. And there's also a contact sheet there. If you're interested in coming out to the live coffee and conversation business event with me on October the 2nd, go ahead and go to Shifting Paint and fill out the contact information, and I'll contact you, and we'll get your seat reserved. Limited seating. My studio is only so big. All right. But the first thing I want to tell you is that if you want to start vaccinating yourself against Excuseitis, there's a couple of things that you need to do. First of all, you need to understand the real reason why you feel like you can't, and I'm using quotations, can't do something. As you are saying, well, I would really like to do something like that, but that's the first thing. When you find yourself saying the word but, stop it right there. Stop it right there. I would really like to lose weight, but cut the but out. I would like to start a business, but I would like to save more money, but stop it. When you notice that you're saying but, stop it. So here's where you start from that statement. I would like to lose weight. I would like to start a business. I would like to save money. And then, you know what your next step is? Get some information. Get some information. Focus your mind. Say, what do I need to do to lose weight? What do I need to have to start a business? What can I do to move forward with saving money? And then the only step you need to take is to Google how to save money, how to lose weight, how to start a business. Google it and gather information, and then just start reading. Just start reading, because I think that underneath the excuses, the real problem is fear. It's fear. It's fear of failure, fear. Sometimes it's fear of success. Oftentimes it's fear of what others are going to say. Because see, when you begin to step out of your comfort zone and start doing something different than what everybody else is doing or what you're doing, people are going to notice. And some people are going to try and bring you back into the fold, because the reality is, if you step out and are successful, you're going to shine a light on the fact that they are not doing everything that they could be doing. And others are going to try and pull you back because they don't want you to get hurt, because they know Susie down the street tried to start a business, it failed, and they don't want you to go through that hurt. So there's a lot of reasons, but at the end of the day, yes, you're going to stand out. Yes, people are going to notice, but you have to decide that more than anything, you want to live the life that's fulfilling for you. And so that you can be a better person to your family, to your spouse, at work, in your business. You want to get up every day and be happy about it, right? And you can't do that when you follow the crowd and it's not your true nature, right? So you want to stop ending your sentences with I want to, but you want to go out and get some information. I believe that information conquers fear. Information conquers fear. The more you learn about it, the more you know other people who are dealing with what you're dealing with, the more you surround yourself with people who want what you want, the easier it is to overcome that fear. And you find yourself, yeah, you might move out of your old circles into some new circles, but these are going to be circles of people who are going for what you're going for and who are going to encourage you and who are going to help you to rise. As my coach says, all ships rise together. So you have to avoid other excusers. You know, you got to avoid that virus of Excuseitis. It spreads. It spreads. And when you take your vaccination, if they didn't take theirs, it might come back on you again. You know, don't pay me no attention. I'm trying to pull in what they're saying in the news, but at the same time, I try and step is just to get information. And then once you get information on the how-tos and read about other people who are doing it, then you figure out what your next step is. What's the next small step you can do? If you need more money, then maybe figure out how to get more money. Should I take a second job? There's plenty of jobs out here now. Or maybe there's some things in your budget that you can move around so that you can start saving towards whatever it is that you want. More than anything, figure out exactly how much you need to do whatever you want. If you want to take a trip to Africa and you just haven't ever gotten around to it, find out how much it costs. How much is the hotel? How much is the flight? How long you're staying? What's the food cost? And then you know how much you need right there. Now, this is how much I can save. How long is it going to take me to get there? You know those word problems that we hated in grade school, high school, where, you know, that's life. So anyway, you don't have to do it all at once. Just do it a little bit at a time. Inch by inch, everything's a cinch. And then build excuse-free habits. Like we talked earlier, go to seminars, read books. The books are on audio tape now, guys. You don't even have to read them. Listen to them. When you find yourself looking at TV that doesn't promote anything positive, it's just as easy to turn on YouTube and turn to some positive motivational stuff. Hang around people who are doing stuff. Find people who are doing what you want to do and ask them, how did they get started? You know, just step by step, small steps. And listen, trust the process. Once you start taking steps and opening up yourself, things are going to open up to you. Is it going to be easy? No. But what thing have you ever done worthwhile that was? You know, life is not easy. Life is about problem solving, and the person who can solve the most problems has the most fun. So don't run from the problems. List them. Find out what they are, and then figure out a way to overcome them. But more than anything, I think the biggest thing you can do to help vaccinate yourself from excuseitis is to continue to listen to positive motivational information on a daily basis. Start your morning every morning. Here's one thing you do. Get up 10 minutes early and say to yourself, how can I make today a better day? Who can I help? How can I get started on my dreams? One thing can I do today to make today worthwhile? You might think it's silly, but see, if you don't ask yourself good questions, hey, Russ, if you don't ask yourself good questions, you won't get good answers. So when you start focusing on how you can be better, your mind is a goal achieving machine. If you ask it How can I start a business? Guess what's going to come to you? How you can start a business. If you ask it, how can I feel better today? Guess what's going to come to you? Things you can start doing to feel better today. So ask yourself good questions so you'll get good answers and you'll get good positive results. So I want to thank you guys. That is the end of my soapbox. Hi, Jackie. Amen. That is the end of my soapbox. But I want to invite you guys. This is for entrepreneurs, people who are currently in business or want to be in business. We will have I'm calling it a live coffee and conversation. Live coffee and conversation with me in here in my studio on 105th and 105th and Western in Chicago. So you got to be local. And if you're interested, go ahead and go to shiftandpaint.com and fill out the contact information and say interested in the live workshop or whatever, I'll understand what you're saying. And you have to be registered. You have to reserve your seat so that we're not overwhelmed, because we're actually going to work on, it's not going to be me just sitting here talking at you. We're actually going to find out what it is you want to do and see how I can be of service to help you. Okay. So thanks so much. Russ, I see you saying something, but I don't read that fast. Let me see. Show what Russ said. Oh, what can we do as a class to have a great day and night together? We need a date. We do, Russ. This is one of my classmates from high school. Swoop, swoop. Hey, let's talk about it offline. We definitely need to do something else. But thank you guys for listening. Hey, I'm here every Wednesday, 3:15 Central Standard Time for coffee and conversation. And my goal is not to bore you. So hopefully I'll see you next week. Have a blessed and safe week, everybody.